group of ghost hunters surrounding FrostmareTV went to check out a haunted cemetery at Letchworth Village. This is an old abandoned asylum in Stony Point, New York. It's known for strange happenings. The team brought cameras, a good sound recorder, and flashlights to look for ghosts. Things got creepy as soon as they went inside.
I know, man. So this doesn't feel right.
Well, dude, did you hear that? Dude.
Looks like footsteps.
Footsteps. Could have sworn in front of us.
While they were trying to figure out where some weird noises and footsteps were coming from, something even scarier showed up on their camera. A dark shadow figure moved right in front of them, but that wasn't all. One of the team felt something touch their leg.
Oh. Okay, I felt something touch my leg, bro. Maybe. Big possibility. It's like probably one of those pieces, probably. Dude, but that thing was insane. Yo, I think this is gonna be one of those nights, bro. It was literally like a clear room. Right? Nothing, none of this stuff right here.
Okay. Oh, no. Yo. No. Mm-mm. No. 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 These windows are blocked. There's no animals in here.
This made everyone feel even more scared. Then, out of nowhere, they heard loud banging noises in the next room. It really freaked them out. When they looked in that room, they found nothing there at all. We don't know exactly what the team caught on camera that night. It looks like it will stay a mystery. But whatever happened, it sure spooked the ghost hunters. The following clip was shared from the inside of BGR's car, he tells us. I was sitting in my car today and this guy drives up and parks. I don't think much of it at first. The guy had a beard and glasses on. After a few minutes of looking at my phone, I glanced up and noticed him staring directly at me, except now he had no face. This sounds quite terrifying, doesn't it? Let's take a look at the actual recording. Whoever is looking at the man here appears to have a deformed face indeed. There are no apparent eyes or other facial features, which makes this event really spooky. What could have been the cause for this bizarre picture? Was the driver just wearing a mask to hopefully scare the person recording? Who knows? The following unsettling videos were recorded from inside the car of Beth. She saw something creepy appear out of thin air right across the street in the woods. And of course she turned her camera on and started capturing this quite eerie event. She shared it with her friends and family at first, so she certainly wasn't looking for any attention.
Talia, get over here. You see it? It just walks back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I initially took the video to send it to my friend. He paces back and forth for hours and hours, not just for 20 minutes at a time. This is hours and hours and hours and days, weeks. I mean, here we are a month and a half later and it's been still there.
She states that this went on for over a month at this point, and that this shadow can mostly be seen from a distance only.
Where we see that figure, it just walks back and forth every day, all day. Now, I've been over there a couple of times. As I walk up on it, there's just nothing there.
It's quite baffling for sure. People suspected that it might have been a strange reflection from somewhere, while others think this to be impossible, or that somebody was playing a creepy prank. Whatever the answer, it's certainly a creepy incident. Now we are taking a look at some recordings from the infamous haunted Jefferson Hotel, which is known for its many strange ghost sightings. They have several surveillance cameras installed in this old historic building to capture any possible strange activity. Last night, one of the hotel employees got a motion alert on his phone. Apparently, something was seen on one of the upstairs cameras, which was impossible, because nobody but him and his wife were at the hotel. And it was 4 a.m. in the morning.
Up into the stairwell right here. I'm screen capturing, so just bear with the movement. So I went up to the stairwell here, and I'm looking down the hall, waiting to see for somebody. Noticed nobody was there, and then I went to tell my wife because I wanted to tell her, hey, there's someone in the hotel. And then I started watching the footage back, and more it looked like some type of apparition. I don't know. What had happened here is, if you look down at the green door back here, that's room 19, where most of our activity happens here at the hotel anyway. There it is. So to me, that was a person walking by, and I was like, okay. So we searched the hotel. Like I said, nobody was there. So let me show it to you again.
Undoubtedly, we can see a figure walking by all the way in the back of the hallway. And like the man had stated, they searched the whole hotel, but could not find anybody. So, would it be too weird to think that we are seeing one of the many ghosts that are said to haunt the building? There has been another terrifying encounter though that took place when a group of guests stayed in the hotel overnight. On the same floor, they were just talking to each other at the time when something scared them from all across the hallway, just where we saw that figure walking by.
As I was watching the cameras, I noticed that they were talking to each other, and they all jumped back as if something was like yelling at them down the hall. You could see they were all scared. And so I pulled up the footage from the camera down the hall, which would have been down here because that's in the direction they were looking at. And this is what we captured. Listen to this. This is very creepy. So, did you hear that growl? That's what they heard.
Unfortunately, it will remain a mystery what exactly it was, if it was a growl from an angry spirit or something else. Ray Bittner Sr. has shared the following video, which he and a colleague captured at the haunted Davis house in Kokomo, Indiana one night. They were investigating what appears to be an unfinished basement of that building. They had 2 mirrors with them, which they were using to capture whatever wanted to be seen that night. And after trying to communicate with the spirit world, the female investigator might have captured something otherworldly. Take a good look.
you down in that corner? Huh?
Oh, I see. There we go.
They caught a creepy pair of eyes in the corner of the basement, seemingly staring back at them the moment they turned the flashlight on for a second. Apparently, this was the only time they saw that thing, and they are still speculating as of what or who this could have been. Your idea? Some believe children have an amazing ability to connect with the spirit world. In some cases, they might even see or talk to the other side. In one video, a father was home alone with his son. The child seems to spot something really strange.
Mama, your mama isn't there. There's no one there. Mama. Are you seeing ghosts? Yes.
In another creepy video shared by Carl Harris, his family was visiting his grandmother in Chicago when his little cousin Daya says something unsettling.
That's the man come to see me tonight.
Who comes to see you at night?
The man.
What man? What man? Up here?
He did.
The little girl claims that a relative in an old photo on the wall visits her at night. The problem is that person is dead. In fact, the man in the photo died in 2005, more than 14 years before little Daya was born. She never even met the man.
That's the man come to see me tonight.
Who comes to see you at night?
The man.
What
Who?
man? What man? Up here?
He did.
Or did she meet his ghost? What do you think? A woman named Jay said she had recently moved into an old house she inherited from her grandfather. She says that since she arrived a few days ago, she's been hearing strange noises. At first, she thought it was just the wooden floor creaking. As she had just moved in, her grandfather's belongings were still in the house. The scary part is that most of these are dolls or old decorations that give Jay a creepy feeling. One night, while working on her computer, she said she saw something out of the corner of her eye.
This thing just moved.
Boy, all the talking heads would have been screaming about the Dallas Cowboys and sticking the fork in this organization. So again, kudos to the Cowboys going on the road, getting a big win, and see how they react. But there's a saying in golf, there's no picture of a scorecard. You're down, you don't care if it's by $5 or $59. You just have to get your
The door just moved. Are you real? You can do it again. I won't watch.
It was at this moment that Jay realized what she had seen minutes before wasn't her imagination, but real. First, a wolf moves on its own several times and the door closes. But the scariest part is how the hand of the creepy doll moves by itself. It's only when Jane films the mirror that it looks like the balloon and the door were trying to protect the doll or stop Jane from seeing it move. So far, Jane hasn't given an update. Could Jane's grandfather's house be haunted by those dolls? Would you sleep in that house? Another nightly recording. A different group of friends were hanging out at the playground at night. They were having a lot of fun and talked about the good old times when they were kids and loved to spend their afternoons in the park. It was until much later that the girl who was recording this night realized that she caught something really creepy on video. The following video has been sent by Trang. The user states that it was recorded by a dashcam one night in Malaysia. The driver of the vehicle was on the way home and, as always, had to take a pretty deserted stretch of road that leads through several little towns and areas. He stated that local legends tell about ghostly passengers that are asking for a ride. Could that be so? What is also to note is that the following incident wasn't noticed at the time and only retrieved way later when the man was erasing some of the video footage on his memory stick. Let's take a peek. People say that an apparition might be waiting for a ride there, waving at cars that are driving by. Do you think that could be an explanation? If it wasn't a regular person, which based on the area is unlikely, what else could it have been? Considering the driver didn't see anything at the time, it's pretty chilling. Now we want to check out a video that was uploaded by Ferrotega Jr. and apparently a woman was filming her niece which was in the hospital, unfortunately, and the niece stated that she saw a ghost, and then they were on the hallway in the middle of the night when nobody was out there. They made sure after, and they think they captured a ghost there. Let's take a look.
Mi sobrina ve en fantasma en Cóspite parte 1. Estaba ahí parado, sin moverse, solo observando.
Oh, that? Oh, that looks weird. I mean, yeah, I would say wasn't that just a normal person, but the outfit is super weird. I mean, yes, a red dress shirt and jacket, and the head is completely blended into the background poster or whatever that is. And he looks like he's from a different time, at least to me, right? We are taking a look at another really odd dashcam recording, which was taken by a man who was on the way home one night. He tells us that it is pretty uncommon to come across people on that road, since it's very narrow and not intended for pedestrians. It was also very late that night, slimming down the chances that anybody would decide to walk these streets. Nevertheless, he came across a strange woman. The woman seems to be wearing red clothing of some sorts, but she's not carrying any light source, meaning that she must have been walking up that road for hours in pitch darkness. But the man didn't think anything of it and drove past her, only to run into her again a few minutes later. How was that possible? How could the lady be walking up this pitch-black mountain road faster than a car? Of course, this is impossible, and the man was sure that he must have captured a ghost that night. The next clip was uploaded by the channel UFOs and Mysterious Creatures. There's not a lot of information available on the origin of the clips, however it's clear it was taken late at night in the forest. The cameraman was filming for reasons unknown. Perhaps to use the flash to illuminate their path. Regardless of the reason, the cameraman caught far more than just trees that night on camera. As the camera pans to one of the trees, a strange creature can be seen clinging to the trunk. The figure is a strange brown-gray color with red eyes and a weirdly shaped head. What do you believe this could be? This odd creature clearly startles the cameraman, who pans away quickly and can be seen running away from the area. It's possible this could be a monkey or another creature, but something about this sighting is just extremely creepy, from the strange head to the glowing eyes. What is your idea? Paranormal? A creature? Or something completely different? A video that was shared by Rick, and he told me that he found it on Reddit. Apparently, a car without an owner is passing by the exit when the security guard is getting the spook of his life. He thinks this is a prank at first and walks around the car to see what is going on. cannot further explain the apparition. Seems to be coming from the back of the car, just floating above it, and freaking the man out, making him flee the scene. It is said that it was never explained what exactly transpired that night. If it wasn't a hoax, which I think is very likely, it could be something most of us would never understand. This video was captured by the Highway 9, who shared it after going on a hiking trip and stumbling across an open cave that he wanted to investigate with his shepherd dog. It didn't take long until the man made it quite deep into these tunnel systems, and then strangeness unfolded.
Come on.
Another faceless figure can be seen, standing in the distance, seemingly looking at the man. It's wearing a black robe of some sort, and is potentially pretty tall. No facial features whatsoever can be made out. Quite remarkable that all these entities across the world have a similar look to them, don't you think? Perhaps proof that there is in fact more mysterious stuff going on in some of these tunnels than one could expect. We want to take a look at the continuous haunting of Dino Nuggets, who seems to be living with a really scary shadow being in his home. He has captured this creature before on several occasions, and today he's making his way into the basement once more to tell this demon about some news. Let's take a look.
Heard glass break. There's nothing down there but my windows to break. Shit, man. I'm leaving the house, man. You're done. Catch me if you can. I'm leaving, man. Have it out now.
It is unknown to me if Dino is leaving this house for good, possibly moving into a bit more peaceful home. I'm sure nobody would fault him for that. However, this being seems not to be too happy with this decision. As he's bolting out of the basement after dropping his phone, we are being left with a glimpse of what was with him in the basement that night. The same shadow creature that we have seen before, no doubt about that. Now the question is, will this thing follow Dino into his new home? I guess we will have to wait and see. The following video was shared by Pasillo Infinito, and it features a not further known paranormal enthusiast that is experiencing some really odd activity in his home. Tonight in particular, a lot of stuff seemed to be happening around his closet, and this was when he captured the following.
What the? What is that? What the?
Some say that he captured the spirit of a boy here. Could this be possible? It's really weird though, since the temperature seemed to drop and rise whenever he was pointing towards this being. Do you think this man is being haunted by a lost soul? Or is it just a hoax after all? This clip was uploaded by FrostmareTV, and it certainly is very strange. It seems to have been taken from a CCTV in some sort of gravel yard or maybe a construction site. The CCTV picks up a bizarre shadow figure that appears to be floating through the yard. If you look closely, you can make out what appears to be a head and even two arms. It also seems that some dogs in the area have noticed the figure as well. They look to be running and barking towards whatever it is that is floating through. Things get even stranger though as it moves up towards the road. It seems to become more and more human-like. This is definitely a very mysterious video. What could possibly explain this odd capture? Do you think this is truly a ghostly spirit caught on the CCTV? The next video was shared on the profile of Elizam J, and the story goes that the place the family is living in apparently is notorious for inexplicable sightings and even ghostly apparitions. This evening, a young man is performing a dance in his room for TikTok, and the second he starts, he hears a weird cracking noise coming from underneath his bed, which catches his attention instantly, and he decides to take a closer look. Let's look at that again. It clearly appears to be a little girl, leaning in and then disappearing into the bed frame again. How odd. Where could she be hiding if this is just a skit? Also notice how the camera is shaking the moment she appears. I'm not sure if that's related, but it's interesting. In the end, it's hard for us to judge if that is actually a real occurrence or just another family member. The following video was posted by the Beast 670 and was captured during a Chernobyl trip a while back. It was recorded by two paratroopers who were landing on site and venturing through many of the derelict houses and abandoned areas. They did not come across any living person at that time, but found a really odd-looking thing on their recording after checking out their footage a while after that. The description only says, "What is that at the right side on the screen? Hashtag Chernobyl trip." Let's see. Could you notice it? Let's take a second look at that. What exactly can you see here? People say it looks like an apparition that is making its way out of the hallway. Others claim it's just a part that came off from the ceiling. In my opinion, it could be both. There's just so much going on in this area though. I guess it will stay a mystery. The next video was recorded by Angel, and he states that there is a building in his local town that many people say is haunted. And ever so often, a report comes in from friends or family members that claim that they have seen weird things that were going on in this building. He saw strange things as well in there, but could never really capture it. The building was converted to a supermarket, by the way. This night, a friend on the passenger seat of his car recorded while they were driving through the street in question. And while passing by the store, there seemed to be something mysterious that can be seen in the window. Let's take a look. Apparently the store was closed around that time, which I believe. It looks like nobody remained in there after closing hours. Yet, some viewers believe that they see an elderly lady standing there. Could that be so? But how? Very curious.